Hey everyone, Lana here, back with some more things, because we're gonna do something I haven't done in a very, very long time, which is FGO Thursday, because last time I did it was, if I'm correct, and this is the right video, it's part 59, with Lancelot, Saber, and Tristan, from 25th November 2021. It's awful. My God, I didn't think it would take this long. Oh my God. Yeah, when people say like, yes, sometimes I take time. You probably don't take as much time as I do to do things, because holy crap, this is absurd. Yeah, it is back, baby. And you know what? I'm really excited for this, because it was such a long time since I did this. And I'm excited to see the sermons we're gonna be checking out here today. I know one of them. I don't know the other one. So let's jump right into this and have ourselves a little look on FGO Thursday once again. And of course, for those of you that are maybe new to the channel or have joined for like the latest 3 years and wondering what the heck this is, FGO Thursday is literally me reading through and going through a little bit of the FGO materials of the different servants, and this is provided by modern friend Potato, that is screaming in the basement right now because it's cold down there, which doesn't make sense because it's 20 plus right now and I'm melting, and he's like, oh no, I need a blanket. I don't know. I mean, maybe he should live on the sun. I don't know. Maybe that's a Brazilian thing. I do not know. I mean, I'm not Brazilian, obviously. Nah, I'm just really appreciate that Potato take time to do this. And we, of course, starting off today with Gawain, aka Knight of the Sun, Gorilla Vade. God. Gorilla is such an awesome animal, which kind of, just an off tangent right away, because it just reminds me of an old, when I did an accidental racist, because I had this character in an RP where I played superheroes, and I had this guy, a black guy that was very big and strong. His power was literally super strength, and we called him the Gorilla. And it wasn't because he was of that skin color, but rather because he was so big and strong, and that was how I associated with Gorilla. But then, of course, later on I learned that, especially in the United States and stuff like that, you know, calling a black person monkey and all of that is obviously very racist. But my little pea brain back then didn't think of that like something negative. I thought like, yeah, Gorilla's like, yeah. I mean, it's to my defense. No real defense, I was just dumb. Now I'm old and dumb. But yes, so that's a little bit of funny, maybe not. Well, random story, and the idea that even if you did and thought stupid things in the past, you can overcome it and become a better person today. That's what I want to say. So yes, Gawain. Maybe he died in Gawain. Yes. Our favorite sun boy. God, look, he's a pretty boy, man. I will say though, he's never asked me. He's like, I will say, he feels like this kind of character that feels like very fitting, like knight and everything. But he doesn't stand out either, you know. He's nothing like crazy flair of design that, I mean, that makes him like, oh, weird spikes or bikini armor or something like that. Which I think is pretty neat, you know. He looks like a nice knight, and I do like the, a flower pattern on his chest plate there. I think that is actually really, really nice. I do like it. Though I will say, I feel Gawain is not my like favorite character, so to speak. He's more like a character that I know about, and I'm like, yeah, he's pretty neat, but nothing like I'm like, I need him. He's more, yeah, okay, he's a good boy, but you know. Oh, I do like the cape though. The cape. Seriously, adding cape to anything makes it 10 times cooler, you know? Have a mech, adding a cape to it. Heck yeah. Seriously? Dude, it reminds me of this RP, Lancer. I want to play with people here sometime. Where one of the mech's images literally have the mech with a cape on, like, a Wild Western. Bow, bow, bow. So fucking cool. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. He even have a shirt rather than a plate armor there, huh? Though he do protect the groins, the groin hip area. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, I do. He has a neat design though, I would say. As I said, it's nothing like super insane, flashio, and weird, but feels actual realistic, to be honest, in what I can at least imagine. Okay, class Sabbath, true name Gawain, gender Malay, source of legend of King Arthur, Britain, lawful good. Lawful good boy. 180. I'm actually taller than him by 1 centimeter. And 70. I'm actually way heavier than him by many kilos. Parameters: strength B plus, constitution B. Bruh, B-A-A-A. He have magic A? What? I mean, I guess the sun thing, you know, that he gets stronger in the sun, I guess. But damn, these stats are and is this like stats he has constantly, or is it like at the peak of the sun? Because you know, he's like the sun boy, and everything that the sun touches is his kingdom and everything. Nasu, Kinoko, Wada Arko, Mitsushima, Takahiro. Also with Shrek Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. Shrek. Okay. I would love if there is anyone that had ever drawn Shrek Holmes, because that would be fucking hilarious. And Fate... Yes, I remember that in Fate Extra. Class skill Magic Resistance B. Invalidate magic with chant 3 versus or less. It's hard to damage him even with great momentary or rich. Damn. Riding... the ability for riding. Operate the most... however, he cannot ride members of Phantasmal Kin. Oh. I wonder... I could imagine Gawain actually as an... Oh god, rider? But considering his magic and resist and everything, I could probably see him as a caster as well. That would be kind of interesting, actually. I assume it is like bond with them. I don't know if he did, was he like trained by Morgana or something? I mean, it could be, I guess. Personal skill, Numeral of the Saint. EX, a unique sort of constitution that Sir Gawain possesses. Only during noon for 3 hours after 9 o'clock and before sunset for 3 hours after 3 o'clock is power triples. A skill that demonstrates the Celts hold a number of 3. Oh yeah, the number 3 is a very important number in multiple of, you know, societies and history and stuff like that. Which is interesting, I think. I mean, I guess it's because, you know, the triangle... and everything, it kind of makes it. And do you mean that he tripled this? Dude is a monster. This is already like, I mean, now of course stats is not always, it's not everything, but stats do a lot of heavy lifting, I'm just saying. And then you triple this? What the fuck? But I do assume though that other than that, and especially if there is some hours at the night, especially that his powers get weakened, I guess that would make sense and more balanced, to be honest. Charisma E, the ability to attract others. Mon chéri, plucky. As he's the perfect knight, this skill effect is particular effect towards knights and soldiers of lower rank. Yeah, it makes sense, you know. People looking up to him and everything. Noble Vanna, Excalibur Galatine. Or if it was a bit wobbly, I guess it would be Excalibur Gelatin. Sort of a revolving victory. An A plus as well? Damn. A Sword of the Sun with the Pseudo Sun store. Wait, a Pseudo Sun? Stored in a... What? 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 Okay, how? Pseudo Sun? What? A sister sword of the Sword of Promised Victory held by King Arthur, brought about by the Fair Lady of the Lake. A holy sword not much resided in the legend. Compared to the sword of the king that received the protection of the moon, this sword too received the blessing of the sun. If the Sword of Promised Victory slashed apart with the light of the planet, the Sword of the Revolving Victory burned to cinder with the scorching heat of the sun. In addition, the Sword of Promised Victory is a centralized type attack, but the Sword of Revolving Victory is a radiation type that mows down the advancing enemy. Oh, yeah, that's what we need. We need people with magical swords that emit radiation. Radiation sword. Oh, God. But Pseudo Sun, I mean, wouldn't that mean, technically, that this is invalidated because, because the sun would always be with him. But then again, okay, how does this apply to, like, I mean, I understand that it had to do with the sun, but what about different time zones? And what about different, like, when they shift the time 1 hour? Like, will that change this? Or is it, like, specific, like, oh, it's always this time o'clock? It doesn't change anything else. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter if you are in a different time zone. It's always that clock. But I assume it's not. But I just think that is an interesting thing to bring up, like a person that no clocks and no time moves forward at times. First pronoun, watashi, anata, anatagata. Why does that sound like a machine gun? Anatagata. Oh, character, extolled as a knight of the sun. He is a very serious character, but not overbearingly so. That attitude of his is truly the definition of integrity and uprightness. A handsome man, I mean, as a handsome man myself, I feel that. With a tall and tenacious body, wearing a calm and lenient mask. With a refreshing expression, he refrains from making light of his enemies or insulting them. Even if his enemy is lacking in capacity, Gawain will surmiss the fighting spirit and resolution, behave as decorum demands him, and face his enemy. Very good. However, due to reasons that will be mentioned later, he deliberately checks in and suppresses his own personal feelings. Due to that, his natural integrity and uprightness is emphasized much more strongly. To put in a good way, he's inflexible. He's like a big stiff plank. He's like... To put it badly, he becomes the kind of person who cannot read the mood. Known as a loyal knight, as he is summoned as a servant, he still holds his regret of being unable to help the king. His loyalty towards the king is that of iron, his faith unshakable. He strongly wishes to simply swing his sword once more for the sake of the king. Oh, hail the king! One can say that sort of blind devotion during the holy grail girl of the moon. Nero Saber asked this of him.
Then you are ordered to decapitate a friend. Will you simply do so?
To that he answered thus, but of course, if it's the king desire, then I shall involve myself even the most disgraceful of conducts. That is what it means to put one's self as a sword. The king is never mistaken. Bruh. Where the enemy mistakes, then I should think those are not of the king, but of friends. One who has been sentenced to death. Bruh. Honestly, I mean, I can see that kind of like entire thing, especially when they explain how he is so inflexible. Like, he's very like straight on the line going forward, But these kind of people are scary as fuck, Because, yeah, the king can't do anything wrong. Whatever he says is law. It doesn't matter how gruesome it is. It's the other people's fault, not the king. Like, I mean, loyalty is good. Like, I'm loyal to my friends, except Potato, because he's root food. Of course, I can't be loyal to him. But there is also a limit to how loyal you should be. Like, oh, your friend or family or this person you're looking up to do something bad. You should not be cool with that. I'm just saying. It's. Yeah, I mean, there is one thing if there's something they did in way back, and there's something they have reflected on, and like, yeah, I did something bad, I stood for something bad, I've grown from it, I know it was bad, and I cringe at that, but I have improved and grown as a person. That's great. But yeah, this is kind of scary, to be honest. And it do reminds me, didn't he do that in Camelot? Where he kind of like, yeah, he was ready to kill like civilians and everything because the king told me. And yeah, it's rather scary, I would have to say. Rather scary. Motives and attitude towards the Master. During his life, he had divided Britain from his personal grudge. Due to that regret, he now placed selflessly devotion as first and foremost. One can say that he is the most ideal servant for a master. Yeah, I guess he is, He's a truly a servant embodying a knight serving his king. However, should he judge the master as someone unworthy as a king, it is unknown whether or not the master can accept his loyalty to its fullest. It's best if they are both compatible with each other, and one can say that he's a servant that's hard to handle otherwise. I can imagine that. Due to making devotion towards his king his absolute mission, he will dedicate himself to the sword of his master, whom he had approved as a king. He will never put himself out of the master's conversion, and he himself will speak only as a proxy of his master. Such is the attitude he takes on that understands his standby as a knight and retainer. Yeah, I can feel that, like, he's because of how inflexible he is. I mean, obviously that is a problem as well, because, the entire idea of people, I mean, people will always disagree, Potato likes Eric. I like Blackbeard. You know what I mean? People can have different, we are also different. And that is why we need to sometimes be a little bit flexible and, be able to, overcome differences. And now I don't talk like, yeah, I don't like gay people. Like, yeah, then I will not compensate trying to, argue with these kind of people, because I know that it won't change anything. And, there is no kind of middle ground in that when it's about disregarding someone else's existence and everything. But, yeah, sometimes, we need to be a little bit flexible. But I guess that is also what makes him charming, He's a little bit of an Belland. He's British. He's British. I am Gawain, your servant. I do hope we can get to know each other well hereafter. I pray that I'm worthy of you, my lord. Be your will. My sword is the embodiment of the sun itself. Under the king's order, I shall burn to cinders everything in this world. You don't need to do that. I'm just happy that you're listening to me, but you don't need to burn the world. This sword is the vessel that reflects the sun itself. With one swing of the holy sword of the planet Excalibur, Gelatin, the night shall be banished in front of this radiance, and emptiness shall be swept away by this holy sword of the planet Excalibur, Gelatin. Didn't you already say that? Or is it a little bit different? It's a little bit different, but you just want to say Excalibur, Gelatin. Meals prefer quantity over quality, though. A large heaping of bread, potatoes. I'm pretty sure Potato added that just so I would say his name and make him feel important. And vinegar. Add some ale to that, and I'm satisfied enough. Of course, one must not forget the vegetables. Simple carrots are enough. The king and the others at once eaten such meals without ever single complaint. Yeah, of course. I mean, having a good amount of food is very nice, But when you have access to it and you can make it a little bit better, add a little bit of salt and, spice it up and whatever, that's really awesome, It's to make the food more enjoyable. Especially if you're cooking for other people, I would have to say. I think. Cooking is for me, I hate it, it's boring, but when I'm cooking for others, I think that is way more fun. Depiction in history. In the legend of King Arthur, he makes an appearance as a knight of the Round Table, one who's equal or superior to Lancelot of the Lake, the eldest son of King Lot of Orkney. That's a lot. He was a relative of Arthur, and there had been an event where he was entrusted with the holy sword Excalibur. He is known as a noble one, with a various military exploits extolled in number tales. If he had even a single weak point, that would be his strong love towards his blood relatives. That sounds a little bit weird. It started with King Pellinore, who had shot down Gawain's father in battle. He then began opposed one by one every knight who had injured any of his relatives, and sometimes even ended up murdering. Gawain, you're supposed to be the good boy! This is not good boy behavior! When Lancelot took Queen Guinevere and ran away to Gallia, he had refused King Arthur's pardon for Lancelot and brought about war with him, for Lancelot had killed Gawain's sibling as he absconded. Oh yeah, Gawain's sibling, isn't that Gareth? Right? Yeah, the entire fucking thing is such a mess, man. It's sad. While carrying the serious wound left from his one-on-one fight against Lancelot, Gawain had fought the army of Mordred, who had raised a rebellion. On the verge of his death, he pursued the king to request reinforcement to Lancelot, then passed away. All the while deeply regretting his personal grudge that had brought about fracturing the Knights of the Round Table. Yeah, you know... Yeah, it kind of makes sense that it's kind of fracturing, like, yeah, I refuse to accept this guy because he hurt someone I know, my family, you know? The blood is thicker than water. I mean, depends how much blood you have and how much water you have, you know? If the blood is kind of like getting thinned out, I guess. I'm not saying. And once again, I guess that makes sense then, you know, his very unflexible nature, because... yeah, it gives off this vibe that is very, very unflexible. Like, you know, like when King Pelennor shot down Gawain's father in battle. Now, I don't know the battle, but why did they fight? Maybe it was because Gawain's father started or something? Or maybe it was an accident, who knows? I mean, but then having this entire thing like, yeah, I refuse to accept anything. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of stiff. Oh, God. Role in previous works, he appeared in Fate Extra. He deeply regretted that he had been unable to throw away his hatred toward Lancelot during his life, which had brought about the death of King Arthur. Gawain, with the absolute mission to devote himself completely in aiding his king, then served selflessly under the young master he had proved to be King's Caliber? King's Caliber? Like a caliber of a gun, one who possessed sacredness as king as he was born. However, when he then understood that the one thing his master lacked is to be true king is defeat, Gawain then chose to continue on being his master's sword with all his might until such time comes. Yeah, I vaguely remember Fate Extra. It was such a long time I played it. God, it was really a long time ago now. My God. And I do remember, for those that wonder, yes, there is a Let's Play on this channel, actually, where I trolled people. I still feel a little bit bad, but also it was kind of fun. I made a poll, like, okay, you're gonna vote which of the 3 servants I'm gonna pick. Like, the one that I get most votes. And I snuck in a little not in there, and yeah, I was just a troll little bitch. Arturo Pendragon. For a chance like this to come, for us to once again fight by side, how could there be miracles such as this? Maud, I understand your situation, not much else to say. Lancelot, no comment. No comment, peasant. Gala, putting aside Lancelot, Gala is a splendid knight. One considers someone like him is human like that of an angel. Galahad? Stress is something I actually am sleeping. I drew Gawain lost his chance with a Gawain day of sort of feeling. Oh, well, that's pretty nice. I'd be happy if it gave off the impression of a muscular prince, very true, posing that tightens the strap end up a bit too relaxed. So I think it'd be nice if I had him stand a bit more tightly. Yes. And Potato. Let's see what. Oh my God, Potato. What is it? Oh my God. What is this essay? Oh my God. Or it's a long Lana, like Lana's beard, not applicable Lana's baby face. Yeah, I mean, I'm not baby face at the moment, but the beard is, it's growing back again. I almost slacked off, but I remember that I won't get to eat my week's loaf of bread if I don't work. Yes, indeed, the crack bread won't going down. Anyway, I love Gawain, I really do. Aww. I mean, I'm not as much in love with Gawain. I think he's a good boy, but yeah. I almost made Lana watch that terrible Lost in Core anime just because Gawain looks awesome in it, and perhaps I might. Once he stopped being lazy, catch up with this stuff. I am sorry. I'm trying my best. In any event, I don't have a lot to say about the in-game stuff, so I will dump on your ass. First of all, I get reminded that I forgot about the VAs, so make up for it. Tristan voice, I also voice Amaku. Oh, Lancelot will also voice Phantom of Opera, Romulus, Caesar, and Vlad. The best birthday celebration and Rome and Impalo. That out of the way, I must admit that some of you got lost in this profile as the link towards it was dead. Dun dun dun. And I'm unsure on how to retrieve it. I believe it might be an addendum to translate his first skill, Belt of Berkeley. Yeah, there was missing a skill. To make up for this missing info and my unwillingness to look for another way to acquire the specific translation, I went out of my way to bring it on and explain in a few other things, so this one will be longer than Tristan's. Some trivial lore about Gavaine's skills. Numenor the Saint tripled his strength and forced Lancelot to wait until the sun set between with a fatal blow to Gavain. Yeah, it makes sense, because, yeah, if he's triple strength, I guess he's triple hard as well. Wink, wink. Apparently his charisma skill was affected by his honesty, which led him to be known as the Oblivious Knight. Oblivious to everything around and like, yeah, I am, good. What? As for his Belt of Berkeley-like skill, there was no info mentioned, but upon research, it seems to be a belt that claimed to be magical and protect the wearer from anyone who would strike him, aka physical harm. Except it was just a prank bro by Lord Berkeley and Morgan Le Fay to spook Gavain and Thesme as well to spook... Fantastic! The OG is just a prank bro. There would be TikTok. Oh god, that's hilarious. Oh my god. Adam Zilada told me to blast away. I don't remember that. I reset that remark. I will oblige. I will take time to explain the Berkeley story very, very briefly. I'm not sure whether the belt does have power or not, but it's like that it doesn't have any power. The story is known as Gavain the Green Knight. Oh, the Green Knight! Yeah. And it's one of the most famous stories of the Arthurian myth. In the New Year's Eve, and by exchanging presents when Arthur says he would like to watch some TV. Yes, the TV in ancient England, yes. Or the heroic tale, since that was what we got for today. Suddenly a gigantic knight in green armor, riding a green horse, shows up with an axe in one hand and the holy bow in the other. He refused to fight anyone and insists on a friendly Christmas game. He will allow anyone to strike one with his axe, as long as allowed to return the blow in exactly a year and a day. Yeah, I remember that story. I think I saw it somewhere. The prize would be his axe. Very friendly game. Yes, as you do, friendly game with your friends, like you going up like, yeah, you take this axe and try to kill me and stab me, and next year, in one day, I will come back and do the same, I try to behead my family every year too. Yes, indeed, Potato, indeed. Arthur was about to accept when Gavain accepted instead. He swiftly and neatly strikes the giant on the neck and beheads him, but he does not flinch nor fall. He calmly picks up his head, mounts his horse, and shows Guinevere his severed head. He leaves it after Gavain hanged the axe as a trophy while telling Guinevere to treat the whole matter lightly. How do you treat that lightly? God. And I mean, you did chop his head off, but he didn't die? I guess the Green Knight is like an Duradan, right? Or what the fuck they called? The time passes and Gavain goes to meet the Green Knight on a specific location, having a bunch of adventure on the way. When he neared the location, he met Lord Berkeley, the Hout's Desert, who asked him to rest in his castle since there were still a few days remaining and the chapel where he would meet the night was closed. Now, this next part is kind of weird. I mean, like everything before that wasn't weird, and I don't get the hell is up. It is mentioned he meets an old, ugly lady that is treated with respect by everyone when he arrives at the castle, but that's for her role. Then the Lord proposes a bargain with Gavain. He will bring Gavain whatever he hunts for the day, and Gavain must give him anything he gave during the day in return. The Lord's wife tried to seduce Gavain while her husband is out, but Gavain rejects her and only allows her to give him a kiss. Oh, cucking is happening. When the Lord returns, he gives Gavain the deer and only Gavain gives him a kiss. Pogger. Oh, yeah. Okay, that is actually such a shad move. That is, I love that. The same thing occurs on day 2, a boar for 2 kisses, and on the third day, as she refused, she offered him a gold ring as a keepsake, but gets refused as well. She then begs him to receiving the belt, yes, the one from the skill, tempting him once he might die the next day. He accepted and exchanged 3 kisses. She also asked him to keep the belt and secret from her husband once he arrives with a fox, giving him 3 kisses, but not mentioning the belt. I love that, like, bro. And then you have people that are like, gay people and bisexual people, they don't exist. Like, and then you have this just giga shad, like, hey, you know what? Yes. Following, I'm going by my words. I get a kiss, I give a kiss. Following the day returns of a blow finally arrives. And Gawain meets the knight, but not before wearing the belt. He bends his neck for the knight, and as he swings the axe, Gawain flinches and gets mocked. The Green Knight swings again, Gawain does not flinch, but the knight stops at the last minute, joking that he was testing Gawain's nerves. Gawain gets angry and tells him to deliver the blow, which he does. It scratches Gawain's neck, and the knight says the game is over. The Green Knight reveals as Lord Bertliac, transformed by magic, and reveals that the old lady was none other than Morgan Le Fay, Arthur's stepsister, the sorceress behind his whole adventure. They wanted to test Arthur's knight and pull a goddamn on Guinevere. The scratch Gawain suffered was because he tried to conceal a belt, and Gawain got sad and embarrassed. No one blames him for it, and all is well. They keep Sag as a reminder, to be honest, that it's all about the belt of Bertilac. Okay, that is actually an hilarious story. It's a prank, bro, and yeah, I mean, to be fair, Gawain was incredible honest, like, oh yeah, he even gave the Lord kisses, like, yeah, shouldn't you, I don't know, your wife seemed kind of desperate, I don't know, should I? What would happen if Gawain actually slept with her? Heck yeah. Now about Gawain. He was a candidate to be king's substitute after Arthur fell. The relatives of Gawain, which Lancelot killed, were her brother and sister Gaeris and Gareth. His brother and sister Gaeris, I never actually heard of that one, but Gareth I know, of course. Gareth is poggers. Curiously enough, the wiki differentiate, or at least make it clear that Mordred was the one to kill Gawain and not Lancelot, since Mordred struck Gawain in an old wound left by Lancelot. An old wound? How far was it after they fought? But the story tells that Lancelot left the wounds which would lead Gawain to death. So between this and Wiki, I'm not sure which one version FGO Wiki Mordred kills Gawain, versus Matt's stories Gawain dies from a wound by Lancelot. The laws goes by to finish. Gawain is brother or half brother Mordred, Agravain, Gareth, and Gaeris, and nephew. Yeah, the entire it is. Oh boy, the family tree, man, is whew, it's like a Greece mythology right there. It's very weird, very very. But I guess it could be like the wound Lancelot gave was so severe that it made it impossible for Gawain to fight well, which allowed Mordred to kill him, stabbing into that wound and stuff like that. I guess it could be something like that it's a big mix of both, And maybe it also is depending on who you're looking at. Maybe for Gawain, maybe, yeah, it wasn't because Mordred was good. It was because Lancelot already wounded me so badly that I died. And Mordred like, I stabbed the old man in his wound. Lancelot crushed Gareth's head and cut down Gaeris during the rescue of Guinevere. But both had no intention to resist against Lancelot, but were killed by accident. By accident? Who did not recognize them amidst the confusion. How the fuck do you kill someone crushing their head in an accident? Bruh, that is so sad. And they were not even, resisting against Lancelot. Oh my god. On that note, it's not mentioned, but Agravain was also killed by Lancelot in that event, so Gawain has lost 3 or 4 brothers with more betraying them after that. Sad. Did I really say I really like Gawain? Excalibur Gelatin! Sorry for long. No worries. I was just so surprised. I wasn't prepared for this text, but I love the added, the story and everything. I think that is really, really fun. And yeah, losing 3 of your 4 siblings and, Mordred betrayed. That is sad. And Agravain. Wasn't Agravain the angry one in Camelot? The little bit of a shitty guy? I vaguely remember. Gerd. But yeah, these old stories are definitely so fucking whack. It's insane. And people say like stories today are weird, but god damn it, bro, they were really fucking weird. But also really interesting, you know? Because, yeah, many of the stories are like, yeah, a person acting like certain person do in these times, in these stories would be like, yikes. It's still very interesting, you know? It's like with the Greek mythology. It's, you know, Zeus is a very, very bad boy in a bad way. But it's still very interesting, you know? Fascinating stuff. Fascinating. But yeah, and the Hassan of Serenity is next. Oh my god, yeah. But yeah, so Gawain, I would say 8 out of 10 would knight again, I say. Especially, honestly, I would say this story about the belt of Bertilak really just amplified it even more. Because I just love this. It's so fucking good. Like, oh yeah, you give him a kiss and everything. Like, whoopee. So I think that is actually really nice. It adds so much to the character, and I can see the inflexibility. And when he tried to be like flexible, like hiding the belt, they fuck with him. Like, man, that is mean. But yes, so that was Gawain. Seriously, very nice. And next up is Hassan of Serenity, aka Serenity. Yay! I do like the color scheme of the dark skin and the purple hair, I will have to say. I do like the Hassans in general. The Hassans are really cool. I hope we get more Hassans, because how many were there? Like 13 or something like that? Different Hassans. Though my favorite so far is Hassan, of 100. Fuck. Oh god. The one that fucks up me when I using the wrong skills in the wrong order, you know? And the one with the big fisting arm. A little belt, a little... I like the flowers. Though it feels like a very, like... tough to put on those clothes. I mean, obviously for me, I'm rotundous like a fucking football, but... And I like that they actually have these little details, like showing how things are. I can imagine that's really helpful for people doing like, cosplaying and stuff, or just drawing in general. And I do like the little cat ear things she has. I mean, it's not cat ears, but it is cute, I would say. Class Assassin, Hassan Isaba, female. The Middle East, the Old Man of the Mountain. The Middle East, Lawful Evil. 161 and 42 kilos. Sakurai Hikaru Nagahara, Sembongi. I should not say. I guess they are pretty high. Sembongi. I should not laugh. I'm sorry. Sayaka, I'm very sorry for laughing. I should not laugh. Voice no one else in FGO, but in other works she voiced Haru in Beast. Oh, really? The White Rabbit, Legosi likes. Yeah, man, Beastars is... man, I haven't watched that in ages. Trish, Una, Spice Girl in JoJo Golden Wind, and Nifa in A... Oh. Major appearance in main work, Faith Prototype, Fragment of the Sky Silver. Oh. Strength D, Constitution D, Agility A+, Magic C, Luck A, Noble Fantasy C. Okay, she feels like more like, yeah, she's very like specialized in like, yeah, the agility and the, well, luck is pretty good to have. I mean, it's not Kukule Lancer style of luck. Unlike Gawain that is like, I gotta max out everything. Presence of Concealment A+, a skill to raise one's presence. When activated, it's almost impossible for the user to be perceived, even if they are a servant. However, during the moment of them preparing attack, the effect will drastically diminish. Yeah, but still A+, it's pretty high. Independent Action, A. It is the primary distance skill of Archer class, a skill granted to Sam because of her conduct during her lifetime, where she went into enemy territories unaided and moved to infiltrate for a long period of time, according to the situation presented. Even without the magical energy supplied from her master, it becomes possible for her to remain materialized for a week at most. That's really good. Personal skill, Shapeshifting. Infiltration Specialization, C. See, man. The ability to literally shapeshift. It becomes possible for Hassan to change her appearance at will and get close to the target she ought to assassinate. However, she is only able to shapeshift into a figure with a physique that is close to her own. As long as the condition has been satisfied, it's also possible to shapeshift into a figure exactly like that of particular individuals. Oh my god! Even if there is some difference in the body shape she wants to shapeshift into, because there's no effect on the condition being satisfied, it's very possible for her to shape into the opposite sex. Yeah, that is pretty flexible. Poison Blade C++. Although the effect is generally the same as the projectile dagger skill, it possesses a secondary effect of bestowing onto the target poison status effect. Stab! Dance of Silence B. The Hassan of the Serenity dances scattered poison, weakening the target and enhancing the success rate of her noble fast. It is words, man. A skill that is function like as a charm type skill. Door to Paradise. It's fundamentally not used in Fate Grand Order. Yeah, that's. I guess it doesn't. I don't recognize that. Door to Paradise. Sound like that would be kinky. Hey. Noble Fan of Sabaniya, Delusional Poison Body. Range 0, maximum to 1. Oh yeah, she kissed them. And then they die. Like. The Hassan of the Serenity state of being where she continued to kill everyone who touched her by poison has been transformed into Noble Phantasm. It results in death of living beings that touch her skin and bodily fluids. Bodily fluids, you say? Oh dear. If they are armaments that are not Noble Phantasm, then it's also possible to corrode them instantly when they come in contact with their oh my god. Because she is not able to adjust the poison inflicted towards living beings, opponent who touch her will be killed without fail. Damn, that's rough. However, she is able to voluntarily determine whether the armaments she touches would be corroded or not. Oh, I mean, that's good. You can determine if the armament will melt or not, but not if a person touches you. Well, that's kind of rough. Towards servants, Hassan is not able to kill them by simply touching them, but it's more than possible to do things such as causing them pain that slightly weaken their movement. It is also possible to cause damage and bad status effect to them if they happen to come into contact with a mucous membrane. My. Such as through oral means, it is general death for any being that comes in contact with a mucous membrane for a total of 3 times. Very specific 3 times, huh? In fact, Grand Order, she attempted to touch your target with 3 concepts with a single kiss. But then Lamau, it's funny because it's not like a single kiss counts as her touching you 3 times. Wait, it does or doesn't. Indeed. Yeah, that is a little bit weird. Huh. Well, I mean, it would make more sense if they made animation like Shima. Like, but then again, I guess that would be a little bit weird. But then again, at the same time, it would be more fun if she like 3 times into their mouth. Like, oh god, that would be nasty. But then again, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be cutesy, you know. And Serenity is after all a very cutesy character, so that would be probably not as cute and fitting, I guess, but it would be hilarious. Hassan also possesses a last resort that can be used only once. She bursts and scatters her body in all directions, throwing towards her enemy massive quantity of poisonous. Okay, that is metal as fuck, I have to say. Okay, the spitting and kissing did not work. How about that? Damn, that is brutal, man. Watashi, pronounced Anata kanji, well, kanji character Anata, kare kanoyo, Jujin. Personality, Hassan, as Hassan's titles show, a calm female assassin, obedient and lacking self-assertion. While she was alive, she was merely a girl kept conducting assassination very mechanically. Even now, where she becomes a heroic spirit, that characteristic is not that much different. However, towards people who do not die, even if they touch her, she's quite fanatical and shows devotion to them. Aww. Yeah, I can imagine that. That must be like, oh yeah, people die by touching you, and then there's someone that actually don't, like, oh my god, Fwen! Attitude towards master. Would one live if they touch her, or would they die? This is the point that some views as most important. If it's the former result, it seems she would dedicate her unconditional loyalty. If it's for the sake of a master, she will do literally anything. For example, even if the genocide comes about, Her facial expression not even changed, and she displays obedience without even talking back. Concerning her, who accepts that everyone will die to touch me as a matter of course. The existence of a master who does not die even if they touch me becomes her best delight. Yeah, that is just... I mean, to be fair, I mean, that sounds also like, you know, Gawain. Yeah, did my king tell me to massacre this entire population? Of course, they're not wrong. But yeah, this is rather sad, you know? I mean, I can imagine the loneliness that becomes of that. That they are like, just poison everything and everyone around them, you know? Speech example, everything, as the Lord will dictate. Will you live? She says, yeah, that will probably happen with me. I guess you will die too. Yeah, probably. I'm sorry, I will kill you. Oh, well, at least she is polite. I will serve you, master. Yeah. Character image infart Grand Onder. An assassin who wears a skull mask, one of the successive Hassan-i Sabah who served as the Old Man of the Mountain, the founder of the assassin. It is said that during her lifetime she was master of poisoners who possessed the alias of the Hassan of the Serenity. The Poison Girl, spoken all over the world and in every era began with India in BC era, was in reality put together by the assassin as a tool of assassination. The outward appearance of a beautiful girl is purely trifling matter. Her body resists every single poison, while simultaneously it's a lump of poison too. Not only her nails, but even her skin and bodily fluids would act as a deadly poison as well, quietly taking away the lives of kings, nobles, and military generals in their sleeping quarters. Although she killed many people, Hassan would frequently establish a relationship with her assassination targets, such as being related to them as a lover or fiancé. That is to say, she kept on repeating the deed where, despite constructing with her own hands a false happiness that could not be fulfilled, she would steal that happiness away anyways with her own hands. Gradually, her mind creaked. Her mind was expected to be toughened and tempered for seeing that she was made use of an employee as a poison girl that will build up to be assassins. Hello, Shanli. How are you doing? In her last moment, maybe Hassan's head was decapitated by a general from a certain army who suspected the behavior of not holding hands. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, no hand holding before marriage. That is what you do, man. No hand holding before marriage. Refuse. Maybe she personally exposed her true character as an assassin and begged the general, please kill me. Or maybe she was put by the sword by someone's hand during the gap where the general incidentally took his eye off her. Oh, this sounds just sad. Connection to other characters, Heracles. Assuming even the unlike even that they died due to my poison on one occasion, if it would affect that they hear a noble fantasy, we should be unable to die a second time. You know what, it's truly... Yeah, because his noble fantasy is literally something that kills him, can't kill him again, right? That wasn't that the thing with him. So he could like bond with like Serenity. Honestly, I could see that, you know, like a cute friendship, like Heracles like, and she's like, yes, and then they just sitting there, I don't know, doing cute things together, just having a good time, playing games and stuff. I think that would be sweet. Arash, unexpectedly, a companion would not die even if you touch me. Poison in effect against him. Oh yeah, he was immune to poisons, right? Since that son of a certain Saint Graf isn't fake, Granon is a different person who sought to possess absolutely no information about the particular Holy Grail War. She cannot completely understand Arash's motive of why he come to start a conversation with her as if indeed familiar with one another. Oh yeah. Paracelsus, a person who cares for her son in one way or another. During Valentine's, Paracelsus was a great help. Certainly to show romantic feelings towards her master. Towards her rivals, Hassan turns her gaze at them with a calm, clammy atmosphere. Given that she has no assertiveness, she only stares at them in silence. Silence, I tell you. Fergus, a peerless brave warrior of the Celts, who have been heard of those who would die from touching Hassan, was far from falling at those news, and is in the state of having a curiosity of the person say, that person is a wonderful, you know? Really, you said I was a nomad who could endure him more than a single night? That's even wonderful, I tell you. Oh my god. The best thing, I have a character that literally would be like that, Sabine. He's definitely that like, oh what, you die by doing her once? Heck yeah! That was my final ride, let's go! Cast of the Nightless City, someone to consult for Fergus countermeasures. I mean, to be fair, yeah, it's to protect him. I drew a son with the feeling that I will make her happy. Aw, above all, it's because it seemed fun to be at Chaldea. This is good to know. Good to know, yeah? In relation to her design, I used elder sister Asako of the 100 Faces. 100 Faces, yeah, that was her name. 100 Faces. As a base, she is similar to an imp, to a black cat. Imp. Oh yeah, that makes me little horn things. Since she is a child who likes cute things, it's sad to be able to put accessor on her as well, giving her a cute item. Oh, that is pretty sweet. Yeah, and then we have Potato here with... Yeah, oh, there's stuff with it going on there. Potata-san, hello. I spent so much time on Gawain. I really like him. Serenity is kind of cute, not gonna... Yeah, she is cute. Almost turned me into the disgusting whip. I mean, I think it's difference, you know, thinking something is cute, and then the people that is, you know, kind of sexualizing, you know, minors and stuff like that, you know. It is like many lolly characters look, oh, you look very cute, you know, adorable. It's not like, that's it. And then you have the, I want to lick you. Like, well, God, be gone, creep. It does seem nice, and like how it nice seems what some smooth than compared to other assassins. Her wearing a dress is cute too. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Oh yeah, because yeah, wasn't an event where she was wearing a dress or something. If you're wondering, Serenity was part of the AGV cast in Fate program along with Paracelsus, Arthur, Osmandias, and Arash. Ah, she's inspired an actual Indian poison girl named Visha Kanja, like Kanja West, who used a use of poison in their body fluids to kill influenza poison. And though there is such a practice to make oneself immune to poison and poisonous yourself, called mithridatism. The one practice we want achieve poison resistant become poisoned by taking small amount. Yeah, I heard about that, and such a Muslim mythology in nature. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there are people that can, you know, take in small amount because your body is building up a resistance towards it. I mean, in a way, it's kind of like vaccines and stuff because you're building immunities. Though, of course, this is over a longer time, you know, to train your body. Kind of fascinating, but also kind of scary. There's an account of one such girl being used in an attempt to assassinate Chandragupta of the Mauryan Empire. But again, it's kind of as myth and legend instead of actual history, unless I miss something. I found no info on her Door to Paradise skill, which is a shame. I wonder if it has to do with the seduction part of her death. But yeah, this sounds like something like that, you know, the Door to Paradise. Like, come in here. Oh yeah, and then it death. Like, oh yeah, go to paradise. Like, and that wraps it up. Now pay me, or you will die next time I use Dingy. As in the... I mean, I already did that in Wuthering Waves. I'm sorry. I guess I'm gonna die. If there's no more videos, because Potato came out of the basement and murdered me. This is an OG, isn't it? If I'm right or not, I'm just come back to this. I'm just confused a little bit. I kind of like the little hoodie, to be honest. Update, in case Lana ever come back to doing this, I do. This might be the last one for some time. It really depends on my schedule, and Lana will, after Lana will do this. I don't plan on forcing Lana doing this every single week. I mean, I'm gonna try to do it again, because now, you know, I need to get back. I need to get the schedule going, and that might actually be beneficial for me. I got asked to add one strip of the FGO manga at the end of each profile, and I just might do it, honestly. A little addendum to punish Slowpoke Lana. Why do you want to punish me? Don't I look like I'm punished enough? One might say, if anyone wants to help me with these, please feel free to ask me, Sukanyo. Yeah. If anyone wants to help Potato, write in the comments or in Discord. We appreciate it. And update too. So I'm gonna add the comic strip started from one in the profiles, but only a profile where I don't dwindle for too long like events. We'll start here. Okay, we got comic, baby!
This is a character organization called...
Looks like we're recruiting another dumb noob. You better prepare yourself. I make sure to you regret coming.
Hello, are you the one in charge here?
I am Director Olga Marie.
I'm a protagonist!
So what?
So I think you better watch your tone when talking to me. Now it's time to make sure you remember that.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's so awful. Hey, aren't you a little rude director of this place? Fake Grand Order is now available on iOS, Android. Let me in the game too, senpai.
Girl, don't you ignore me as well?
I mean, yeah, the protagonist, that is an awful power that nobody should have, I say. Oh my god. That was good. Seriously, this is super fun to be reading again, to be honest, I will have to say. And thank Potato for making this and, going through this and adding your own thoughts. I appreciate it. I think it's really fun to hear your thoughts, and as well you going a little bit more about the stuff and the characters in general. I think that is really, really awesome, and I appreciate it super much. And yeah, I will be back with more FGO Thursday. I'm gonna try to make it every Thursday, but knowing me, I don't want to make the promise, and yeah, it don't happen because it's how I am. So, but we're gonna try our best at least, and we're gonna see what it will be for Servants next week. So for this, we had Gawain and Serenity, so that was pretty sweet. So thank you for watching. See you later, and I'll continue super great day.